And I wanted to welcome you here to the rituals and the rhythms of the goddess. And we are just coming on live today to talk specifically about this new moon energy. And so this is a really powerful time. This is the last new moon right here before Samhain, before the Halloween, All Saints Day, El Dia de los Muertos. And it's all this energy right now that's so powerful. The veil between this reality and the other side is very, very thin. That means that we can easily check in with our darker side. This is an opportunity for us to explore maybe alter egos with our Halloween costumes and things like that. This will be the second year in a row that I've been invited to be a gypsy at a Halloween party that's been going on we've been doing this for almost a decade, but I've been doing card readings. And so I love reading cards, and so it's been a lot of fun to do that at a party as well, party environment, versus, I do a lot of serious card readings with angel cards and Reiki sessions, and doing something more festive and maybe a little bit less serious, but it's still really, really good stuff comes through. So this right now is a great opportunity for you to do some rituals. So Anna and I both have a couple different rituals we're going to share. But first, we're going to show you our altar spaces that we created specifically for the new moon. And Anna had a little tutorial video that she's made for you, but I think now all she's left with is just pictures, because her video corrupted. Unfortunately, she's going to do a how-to video on how to make an altar soon. But so I have, as we talked about a couple episodes ago, this is a black candle specifically for this energy that we're experiencing in this time right now. So I'm going to go ahead and light my candle. And if you want to go ahead and grab your candle and light your candle as well. And so we can go ahead and utilize this to set our intention for this new moon. So we are upon the new moon right now. Within a couple hours, it'll be actually the exact new moon. And so I'm going to set this on my altar. Today was a beautiful, beautiful day where I actually had the honor of attuning two wonderful new Reiki master teachers in the lineage of Dr. Mikao Usui Reiki. And so we set up this beautiful altar, which I'd like to share with you here. And we're here in my studio today. So on the altar space, we have an offering of some apples on a little Day of the Dead plate, which we have some powerful crystals. And I have my crystal skull. This is Max, the crystal skull made out of labradorite. I have a star tetrahedron, which is a really powerful and an energy tool. I have some black tourmaline, which has been invoked with some really magical energy of the Reiki symbols and the pyramid. I have a malachite snake cobra. We have a couple other really powerful healing tools. These are some of the crystals that I use in my crystal healing work and private sessions, as well as for myself. And then here is the representation of water, and we have the sage for the fire. So I had poured some water in here after we finished smudging. And we have a shell that I was using to represent the element of water. So that's my altar space. Anna, do you want to go ahead and share yours today?
Sure. Let me flip this camera. Okay, there we go. So up with our earth element, I have salt for purifying souls. And I also have, which I discovered this was a gabbro rock. And after a little bit of research, I found out that it balances spiritual energy and enhances your communication between our world and their world. So I thought that was really great, with the veils being at their thinnest at the moment. For air, I just have my sage and Palo Santo, as well as a bird of flight. So I got a little feather there. For my fire, I have a black and purple candle that I created. So black for banishment. We don't want any negativity coming in, obviously. And then our purple candle is to represent the divine energy, the goddess energy. And then for our water, I just simply have water and a mirror for reflection. And it's also to kind of wash over your emotions and begin any healing process, especially at this time when we remember loved ones, like past memories. And then I do want to share my little spider I have here. And spiders are conduits for messages from little loved ones. So if you see lots of spiders coming up, then you know that somebody's sending you a message. So I had to have a little spider on my altar, even though I have to say I'm not a fan of spiders.
So I love that. That's so pretty. Such a beautiful altar space. So the spider also is the weaver of the dream and the weaver of the web of life. And so if spider comes up a lot too, then that means you might need to write. And so spider was coming up so frequently when I was writing my book. And so I had actually a spider that moved in onto a little birdhouse, into a birdhouse on the deck of my studio. And she built this massive web. It covered up the whole entire corner of the deck. And of course, people that are freaked out with spiders, you know, were like, whoa, you know, when they come into the studio space. But it was so beautiful. And then when I finished my book, she literally wrapped everything up and left. It was super cool. And she did that for 2 seasons in a row until my book was done. She would come spring and fall, spring, and then I published in the summer solstice, and then she hasn't come back. Yeah. So spiders are pretty cool. Snakes too, as well. So a lot of these things that are associated with the darker side or the elements of the witch have been banished from, you know, being nurtured really in our culture. So I want to invite you to be open to those messages that are coming through. Snake is all about transformation. And so, Anna, you're going to talk about one of the goddesses of transformation in the Celtic lore.
Yes. So I was going to mention Cara, and she's a Celtic goddess, and she speaks a lot for inspiration and her connection with the moon. So with the new moon being a moment of this surge of creativity, energy, especially for me, she's definitely a good goddess to invoke and ask for some guidance from right now.
Yes, and she's new for me to work with as well. So I'd like to work with her. We also had drawn a goddess card. And did you do a little bit of research on our goddess card from Friday?
Oh, from Brigid, I believe?
Yes.
I didn't do that much research, no. Again, she was fiery inspiration. And actually that night I could not sleep. And I think just between the moon energy and its line with the stars and the goddess card that you had pulled out, I really was. That night I was up all night and I wrote this podcast out that I then immediately recorded, and all through it I'm like, oh, this is what you get for being up at 1:30 in the morning doing a podcast, but here you go. You know, I definitely felt this surge of energy and power and need to share from her and from the moon. So it was pretty amazing.
That is awesome. And so we were both discussing before we got on live with you about how we feel this surge of energy in the new moon. And Anna was saying hers comes to her as creativity. Mine usually comes with inspiration and ideas. And so if you're on the Facebook Live in our Global Goddess group, or on that group, or you just want to comment about what kind of inspirations you've had over the new moon, yes, please comment below and we will bring you into our discussion. I'm going to check and see if, Anna, if you have it up on the other page, you can see too if anybody has mentioned any questions or anything. So I'm going to talk a little bit about a ritual but first I want to segue about the other goddesses that are really powerful right now. And so Isis and Ishtar are descending down, and Scorpio is drawing us into the mystery of the underworld. And so the snake goddesses, Caradwyn and Persephone also is all about this time of year. Persephone is one of her, I guess, icons is a pomegranate, where Caradwyn is the cauldron. And these are all about transformation because it's the goddesses of the snakes. And so the snake is one of Scorpio's powers. It's a gift of wisdom. And so understanding that it comes from play it with a price. So we always want to receive its reward with greater wealth. But so we need to give a little bit in our own practices. And so we want to just take time to develop the patience to have practices. And that way we can develop this passion and this strength for following these rituals and continuing to dive deeper into the darker sides of ourself. So in the new moon, as a ritual that we can do is just simply just being in the dark. And it's something very simple, just by, you know, stepping outside and not using a flashlight and just being out in the dark and turning off all the lights, even in just one room of your house, and just sensing it and feeling it without seeing. And so then you can also go to maybe a least favorite room and do the same thing and just stay with it and see if any fear comes up, and just stay with it until that dissolves, and stay with it until you start discovering something about yourself and your own darker energy. And some people find that same kind of stifling feeling in a crowd, you know, so that can be an opportunity for you to step back. And if you feel just, you know, too much energy around you, just to go within and step away from your senses a little bit, and then just tap into something greater. So you can find wonder and you can find curiosity in those spaces. But until we discover the dark, then you can't really go deep within yourself. So there's other doorways to utilize to go within yourself at this time of year, especially all the leaves are turning. And so putting your back against a tree, or even just embracing and totally just being a tree hugger. And that is something that really grounds you. Trees are full of ancient wisdom. They are one of the oldest beings on the planet. And other than the stone people and the crystal people, they are the oldest, especially when you consider the ancient redwoods and some of those giants. They've been around here for thousands and so long, thousands of years. So they've seen many, 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 many moons. So even just picking up leaves and just looking at the colors, looking at the shapes, setting a leaf on your altar, taking and drawing something from nature and being appreciative of that, and then setting it on your altar space. So they are kind of, as the colors remove themselves from the leaves, they turn more brown. It also symbolizes our hair as we grow older and we go more into that crone stage where our hair is turning white. And so just symbolizing the stages of the goddess within yourself, moving out of the maiden stage into the matron stage, or moving from the matron stage into the stage of the crone, and wherever you're at in that circle and that cycle of the triple goddess. So you can release something too. And this is another ritual that I want to talk about, and I'm really excited. This is a new ritual that I got from a website called Moon Circles, and I'm very excited about it because it's all about letting go. Scorpio energy. This new moon is the culmination of several moon cycles that have been letting go, been letting go, been letting go, and we've been just clearing this shit out, clearing it out, clearing it out. And this is like, okay, are you gonna let it go or not? You know, now is the time. So I have a really fun ritual for you to try. If you have an outdoor fire pit, or if you have a fire pit that you've dug in the ground, you're going to need to utilize some safe space, because it's going to create a big flame. It's not going to be huge because you're just going to use a small amount of product, but you're going to need 2 cups of Epsom salts and some rubbing alcohol. And so this is a very simple ritual. And what you're going to do is you're going to take the alcohol and the Epsom salts and mix them together into a little cauldron. If you don't really have a cauldron, you can use a fire pit. But so you just want to make sure first, before you get ready to do your ritual, that you have some solitude for yourself. And so the green fire ritual is a powerful way to signal to your subconscious that you're ready, willing, and eager to release the past and just go ahead and move on. So there might be some things that are still sticking, some old patterns, some old habits, some old ways that you've been trying to clear. So the Scorpio energy is going to be with us until November 22nd. And so this green fire ceremony is really, really wonderful. And you signify whatever you want to change. So we're going to write these things down on a piece of paper, cut them up or tear them up into small pieces, and then we're going to throw them into the green fire. So you take and just a cast iron skillet or a cast iron pot would work best if you have that, or if you actually have a cauldron. I was given some cauldrons from an apothecary that my husband's family actually used to run back, in the late, I think the 40s or 50s, they had a pharmacy. So that's my little cauldron. And so you pour the Epsom salts in there, cover it with a rubbing alcohol. And then when you get ready, you light it with a match and stand back. And then one at a time, you throw in whatever you're letting go of. And of course, do it safely, placing it in an outdoor fire pit. And then you want to have a lid and some water at the ready. And so if you like it to be more theatrical, you can dress up, you can wear your goddess costume, whatever makes you feel most connected to your inner goddess. And so this is a time of year to wear things like dark navy, black, dark purple. You can paint your nails black. Those are things that you're invoking, because we're talking about the shadow self. We're moving into that shadow self and really not hiding from it right now. And so we're calling in the protection of our ancestors, our angels, our archangels, our guides, our spirit animals, our power animals, calling in the violet flame through white light, through your divine Christ consciousness, and protecting your sacred space. And then as you do that, you begin to call in your archetypes that you've been working with. Some of the goddesses that we've been talking about might be resonating with you, or other particular ones that you've been doing work with. And then as you sit in that sacred space, holding that space for yourself, and then you always want to end with gratitude and appreciation. So if you are intending on doing this ritual, or if you do the ritual, comment below, let me know your experiences. I have a vlog that's going out on my YouTube channel as well as on my newsletter. So if you want to be on either one of those, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Lisa Ware Yoga for Love on YouTube. And then also you could just comment below and I'll message you and give you the link to join the newsletter as well. So these are going to have more frequent contacts with you than just the vlog. And I have a PDF that I'm gifting for you. So as you do these rituals, then I want to follow up with being able to use some affirmations to really stick and to make this stay in your life. And so I'm going to be giving you the Goddess Archetype Chakra Healing PDF, which has on each goddess, it has a bit about the chakra that she's associated with, the energy center and the location, the color and the activity, the higher octave color and the negative polarity, as well as the keynote, the corresponding elements, the healing gems and crystals, and then an intention along with an affirmation. And so there's one for each chakra. And so as we wrap up tonight, I'm going to give you the affirmations at the just the general affirmations. Then I'll also give you the opportunity to grab that via email, and I'll give you that download. So I'm going to turn it over to Anna so you can share your ritual with us.
So you actually reminded me when you were talking about the darkness and how we should just sit and kind of absorb it, take it in, Our third eye is actually, as you probably are aware, our third eye is more active in the darkness. It's kind of why we dim the lights and we center and ground ourselves like that. It's just more active and awake. So something that I will actually be doing is utilizing some crystals that I have, as well as my mala beads. These stones that I chose were special for the third eye for working with my third eye. So I will be lighting a candle. I might not have a candle, but I'm going to sit in complete darkness and just meditate and just really kind of focus on deepening my self-conscious. Not my self-conscious, that's not right. But working on deepening into myself. So that you just kind of reminded me. But then the main thing that I'm really looking forward to is having a fire, and it's the more people the better, but I'm really looking forward to having a bonfire and just kind of dancing it out. So traditionally what they used to do in the UK was people that stayed in homes, or if people that would actually have a full ritual, they would light their fire at sunset, and they wouldn't let it go out until sunrise the next morning. So you had to keep your fire lit. And pagans, druids, you know, whichever kind of path they followed back then, they would dance circles around the fire all night before releasing their intention into the fire again, writing it down and letting it go into the universe. So I'm looking forward to that part the most.
I love dancing around the fire. It's one of my most favorite things about ceremony and circle time with my sisters. So definitely we'll have some of that coming up in our Inner Goddess retreat here in November, here in Texas. And I'm looking forward to several nights of fire ceremony and bonfire. We actually just finished building a fire pit. I'm so excited to break that in with all of the sisters here coming. So I wanted to share with you 3 affirmations that you can start working with immediately. And then again, comment below if you want to be receiving that link to join the newsletter, so I can share with you the actual download for the full PDF on all the goddesses and the chakra symbolism and the archetypes, and an affirmation for each goddess as well. And then we will also be sharing with you some video practices in our vlogs as we come up. We'll be sharing with everyone who's on the email, as well here on our Facebook group and YouTube. So the affirmation for working with the goddesses, if you want to grab a piece of paper, you can do that. Today and every day, I feel the healing power of the goddess flowing through me. Today and every day, I feel the healing power of the goddess flowing through me. Today and every day, I feel the healing power of the goddess flowing through me. Today and every day, I feel the divine wisdom of the goddess filling my body, mind, and spirit. Today and every day, I feel the divine wisdom of the goddess filling my body, mind, and spirit. Today and every day, I feel the divine wisdom of the goddess filling my body, mind, and spirit. Today and every day, I feel the divine wisdom of the great Mother Goddess filling my body, mind, and spirit. She is helping me to make the best choices possible. Today and every day, I feel the divine wisdom of the great Mother Goddess filling my body, mind, and spirit. She is helping me to make the best choices possible. Today and every day, I feel the divine wisdom of the great Mother Goddess filling my body, mind, and spirit. She is helping me to make the best choices possible. So with that being said, Anna, do you have anything you'd like to share as we wrap up our video vlog today? Okay.
I just want to say great for everybody that's participating, that's commenting, to keep it up. We love you all.
Yes, we're so thankful that you've really been enjoying this content. We're so happy to bring forth these truths and teachings, and we're going to continue to do so. Every Friday at 12 noon, we go live on our Facebook group, and then we put it up on our our Yoga for Love Lisa Ware YouTube channel. Anna, if you want to share what your vlog is called on your YouTube so they can subscribe to you as well.
Mine is The Magic of Yoga with a K at the end of magic, and my YouTube is Earth Goddess Anna.
Okay, perfect. So you can find content there. And then also, if you haven't joined the Yoga for Love Global Goddess Tribe, just search it on Facebook, Yoga and the number 4 Love Global Goddess Tribe. You'll have a couple membership questions to answer, and then we will invite you into the tribe where you can actually participate live on these videos and chats. If you are seeing this later, go ahead and comment below. We'll definitely get back to you on giving you the downloads and the free gifts that we were mentioning. And don't forget to subscribe on the YouTube channel by clicking the little bell next to the Lisa Ware Yoga for Love. That way you'll know when we premiere a new video and you'll have that content right away while it's still relevant. So if you want to take your candle, we'll go ahead and close with just holding our candles together on this beautiful new moon of Scorpio. And one of the most powerful meditations you can do is simply just lighting your candle, gazing at it, blowing it out, just utilizing that for your intentional practice. So if you can commit to just that one thing, just type a little emoji below, just so we know you're actually working with this energy and we can hold space for you as well and hold space for each other. So thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate you being here, and we'll see you on the next one on Friday. Namaste. Shine.